Come on, man.
I'm gonna eat, so I'm gonna.
You never heard of me?
Can you get the look off your face, Jalen? With that big bottom lip in that mouth. He's making the light and the. Welcome to an all-new episode of What Now, where we take the hottest sports topics and others now. Stay tuned. Woo! Dissect them, correct them, and bring them to you from our perspective. I'm Jamie, and along with me is Tyreek, Tobias, and Jalen, 86.
Yeah! We back, gang. West side from the. I'm sorry, hold on. West
East
side.
side.
Of
What
the
you mean?
side.
It's East side. It's East side, bro. What
Did
you
you
talking
miss us? It's okay if you didn't.
We kicked Malin off the
okay.
podcast in case y'all was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, we'll not
No
be
more
back.
Malin.
It's about time.
We got a survey poll that showed that he was the least liked member of the podcast, so we booted him.
Bye, May.
Between fans and members.
Yeah. That's
Mainly
on that.
members.
Let's get a RIP Malin in the chat.
Members had 95% of the vote.
F's in the chat for May. Drop
I mean,
them.
not RIP, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, did you kill him?
We didn't kill him. We didn't hit Malin's not dead. We just gonna miss him. We're gonna miss him.
I got
Give me
wait,
that
question.
next week.
Question I'll ask you before we started. How long before, or how long can you save queso before you can eat it? Like you
I'm
say,
eating it.
Hmm?
I'll keep save it.
Did you buy it hot?
Yeah, I bought it hot. I got it from Willie's. I got it on Sunday.
You got to the end of the day.
You're fine. No, you're fine.
Nah, I'm with Jamie. You fine.
Both
Nah,
of you,
bro.
though, to not finish the queso in one sitting. Are you okay?
Well, no, I ran out of. I got hungry. I mean, well, hold on, no, I got full. I got
I'm a
full.
white girl. We don't not finish cheese. I'm sorry.
No,
No cheese left behind.
what if you leave it out and don't put it in the refrigerator for a day?
Can I
Don't
say-
do
Cheers, bro. Just eat it, dude.
This is a female. I'm a girl, so forgive me. When you eat queso or anything for that matter, do you get a stomach ache regardless?
Like anything, like anything at all.
Well, queso. Are you going to get a stomach
You
ache?
mean
no
like
matter-
dairy stuff?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, no matter what I eat, I'm going to get a tummy ache, and that's just my life. But my point is, if you eat queso good or if you eat it bad, it's just going to give you a tummy ache. So you might as well just eat it.
You might be lactose intolerant.
Yeah, honestly.
Everybody's lactose intolerant.
Correct.
Only thing that gives me a tummy ache is coffee.
Everything gives me a tummy.
Yeah.
It's just.
Did you guys know it was lactose intolerant? I thought when I was growing up, I thought it was lactose and tolerant. Like I thought it was 4 words.
You sound like me. That's what I was saying right there.
I thought it was 4 words. Lactose and tolerant.
Let's pray for Tobias and
I
Tyreek.
wouldn't have said that if I were you, buddy.
I don't care. The people know who I really am.
I could tell y'all a story, but we'll use it for another day. We gotta move on to the topics.
Yeah, we got
All
back
right.
to about your stories.
So as we all know, the Olympics ended, I don't know, last week. Did y'all watch? Did y'all
Yeah.
really watch like that? Or was it
Yeah.
like, I'm
I was
American.
locked in. I was locked in.
Mhm.
Well,
The best sport in the Olympics, in my opinion, besides basketball, was women's rugby. That was intense to watch. If you were a football lover, that was
They get
pretty
down.
good to watch. They was getting
guys,
down.
were there some Amazonians there? Is that why?
No, they were not. I mean, Amazonians. They were not. I would not qualify them as Amazonians. No offense, ladies. No offense at all. No, at all.
What would you consider them as?
They are unique specimens.
Oh.
Extraordinary specimens. That's what I'll call them.
I'm gonna start calling
I-
ugly people that.
No, yeah, I'm not saying they're ugly, but like I was telling my friends at work, I was like, what's her name? Ilana, what's her last name? Ilana Mohier. That girl reminds me of Athena. I mean, that's Derrick Henry 2.0, the female
goddess?
version of Derrick. Yes. If I could put Athena in
Is
that,
the
that's probably
one
her.
that like got
Yeah, the TikToker. Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
a TikToker. Yeah,
I thought she
her.
was a swimmer for some reason.
What is her name?
Ilana Moore.
Ilona, I think.
Yeah, Ilana Moore. I think that's it.
She's
But
funny.
no, I mean she did a lot for the sport though. I mean for women's
Isn't
rugby,
she-
period.
Isn't she
Because
a famous daughter of somebody?
no, I don't think so. She's just famous on social media. But
Mm.
because of like how good that women's rugby team did, I think it was a famous or like a billionaire or something. They're going to donate, I think, $1 million a year or something, or $4 million a year for the next 4 years to
Or what now?
help them train.
Oh,
Yeah, because they won a bronze medal, and like they saw how much attention they drew to the sport, like just the U.S. team brought to the sport, and so this donor wants to donate $1 million a year to the U.S. team to help them train
did
to the
you
next
see?
Olympics.
Did y'all see the report of the guy from the Philippines? I forgot what sport he played. But he got so much from the country just by winning gold.
Yes,
Like
that
he
was
got,
crazy.
I'm gonna look it up, but like he got like a house, money, free furniture, like just like endless supplies of stuff
Yeah,
just by winning gold. I'm gonna find the list now. But
That
that's kind of crazy.
That means something to them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We don't care about it over here as much as they do over there.
I feel like it, and like if when you compare it, I feel like I mean, it's just what you said. It means more to them, and like I feel like it's a bigger accomplishment to them because a lot of those players that are coming over, they work in a 9 to 5, like they're just regular, ordinary citizens that they just found. Like, oh, you're good at this. How
Some
about
of
you
them in
be
high school
Olympics?
still.
Yeah, and they're beating everybody that we send over to the Olympics. Like they train for that. Some of them their whole lives. They train for the Olympics. Like those gymnasts, they train their entire lives for these moments right here. But yeah, they got people over in Malaysia who they may have found them and that they're good at.
I have the list right here.
Yeah, the list of what?
So this guy who won, he's a wrestler. He won gold from the Philippines. He gets 10 million Philippine pesos, which is roughly $173,000 in US. He gets a house gifted by the government, a 2-bedroom condo with 18,000 worth of furniture, a lifetime supply of ramen, cookies, and free meals, free colonoscopy, and gastroenterology consultations once he turns 45.
Good for him.
Hey, Reek had the same exact face. A free colonoscopy.
That's hard though, bro.
That's so random.
Honestly,
I mean, that's his health though. That's men's health though.
I feel like not patriotic at all if I ever watch the Olympics, because like, sure, it's cool when USA wins, but like when little countries win and stuff, that's so much cooler to me.
It is.
'Cause we have
I think
more.
I think it's fun when the little countries win in the smaller sports.
Yeah, I don't like in basketball, soccer, gym,
And
track.
track.
No,
Well,
no,
I say
we own those sports.
Ooh,
That's all.
bro.
It's fun. It's fun to see the Cinderella stories in the bigger sports, like South Sudan putting up a fight, even though they didn't win much in basketball.
Only beat him on one.
No, we're gonna put him on blast. This one, Jamison Owen, America United come at Jamison Owen. He was going for Serbia when it was USA versus Serbia, actively pulling for them. A disgrace, man. Disgrace. Yeah, I'm calling him out right now.
So, what was the original question, Jamie? Which one did you do?
Noah Lyles is a hater.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Noah Lyles.
That
who
one
makes
first.
comment, but
Okay. So, okay. So, for those
We can start with the good stuff and then end with negativity.
Oh, I like that.
we like negativity here.
No, let's start with the good stuff. Start on a good note. Good note, and then we'll hate on him.
which one
so
is that?
I'm gonna just give you guys some stats if I could. I don't know what the exact number is, but I know that USA won 65% of all medals won in the entire Olympics, and that is insane. I'm trying to find the medal count now. I think we end up tying with China for most golds.
I think we did too.
We had like 120, I think, or 130.
Yeah, 126 total.
Yeah.
Total golds won. We have 40 gold. I mean, not gold won, medals won. 40 gold, 44 silver, 42 bronze. I'll just go the top three. China had 40 gold, 27 silver, 24 bronze. That's a total of 91. And Japan had 20 golds, 12 silvers, and 13 bronze, which comes out to 45.
Wow.
Yeah, I think USA had like a couple hundred more athletes than everybody else, than like the next highest person. But it's still crazy because we still got to compete and win. So
Yeah.
But with that though, the only thing I mean, and y'all correct me, please. Maybe y'all know a little bit more than me, have more insight. But I don't like other countries making that argument because you still got to qualify to be in the Olympics. So
Right, 'cause we
that
have
just
more
means we
money.
had more. I mean, we just had more athletes that qualified at that point, and that's how I'm seeing it.
well, we probably have more athletes that play more sports also.
And a lot of people who have more money who can train up and
Yeah, we have the resources.
right. That's why I think it's cool when little countries win because not a lot of them have it.
Hey,
On our level, baby.
I think Belize only had one athlete in general at the Olympics. Like Belize, and I feel like and I was watching the opening ceremony and he was just waving the flag by itself.
Yeah, that was nice.
I was like, that's so like that's nice. Like I wish, part of me wish he had like a second person so they can he could at least have another athlete to experience it with it. Obviously, his coaches and stuff was probably there, but
Yeah,
the athlete to experience it with. But it's still nice that you're the only person to represent your whole country.
Entire country with
Yeah.
everything.
So, who do y'all think is who do y'all think gained the most at the Olympics? Which athlete out of all sports?
Gain the most what? Like, what was it?
Anything, whatever you think is worth the game.
Those two French men.
Which one?
Nah.
No, everyone in
one?
the world. Never mind. Later.
I was gonna say the shooter. I think he got the most clout out of everybody in the Olympics. That man right there. He became an icon. I mean, that Joker had no gear on, hand in pocket.
Like I'm telling you, bro just showed up.
Yeah, he literally just woke up, had his
It's
morning
like somebody
coffee, got a
forced him to
bagel.
come.
Yeah.
He's an assassin in real life. 1,000.
Did you see his comments on like what? Like they asked him like why he didn't have any gear. It was cold. He said I'm a natural shooter. I didn't
Right,
need
he
that
said I
stuff.
was born to shoot.
Yeah, I was like, oh shoot.
I hope this don't get us like hurt on YouTube, but
Oh man, yeah.
people were saying online like how America don't got no the best shooters in the world.
Oh my god.
as much as
Yeah. We can't laugh. We can't joke. We can't laugh at that.
No, that's not funny at all. It's not funny at all.
That's sad, actually, though, for real. You go to a foreign country and you don't even like worry about that there.
Yeah. So like the fact that they have actual athletes that shoot and we just have like what we have is crazy. But anyway, Tobias, you good, bro?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Did y'all hear about did y'all see about we'll get back to the question, but the Olympics. We've been out for too long, so we gotta talk about the Olympics.
Yeah.
The breakdancing thing. Y'all saw that day.
Yes, I watched it live. That poor
Look at
Australian.
I didn't
Let her be.
I didn't
She
even
was
hear
getting
about it.
after it.
No, I watched something on TikTok. It was talking about how like she actually got to the Olympics. Is that basically in Australia? It was like she was competing. There was like a bunch of other like other people competing against her, but the trainer, like the person who was like recruiting for the Olympics, was her husband, and so they basically like pushed aside everyone else in Australia just to get her, and she wasn't the most talented and stuff. And so a lot of people are saying like it's justified that now she's getting flamed by the entire world. Like imagine getting flamed by the entire world.
That would be my 13th reason. That would be it for
The
me.
world, that's crazy. The entire
Like if the entire world is, yeah. I'll see y'all.
That's insane.
I've lived my life.
But
what do these athletes and like non-sports leagues do in between the Olympics? I know they have their smaller competitions and stuff, but like I know for a fact like all these track athletes aren't running races every month.
I think some of them
I think they
really low
are. Some of
cost.
them are. Yeah.
Or like the
Probably just
gymnasts,
continue to train.
like like
The
Simone Biles.
gymnasts are probably like coaches.
Yeah,
I can see
Biles, I
that.
know, like, people like her, I know she got money to where she don't have to do nothing else. But like the other ones,
Like Simone, you mean?
say it again.
You said Simone?
Yeah, like I know Simone has like she has the money to not have to do something else in terms of jobs, but like other smaller gymnasts that don't have the clout that she has or the money.
Yeah.
I wonder what they do in the 3 other years that they're not.
I'm sure that they have their own kind of like competitions and stuff. So
They did. I think. Well, the only sport I really looked into because I was curious about it was the beach volleyball. All of them, they have like tournaments every year, like a couple tournaments every year. So
I'm sure they have
why you shake
other
that
leagues
face,
too.
Jamie?
I
Why you
think
shake? Yeah, Jamie. I watch it because it's actually interesting. It is. It's very interesting.
What's the sport that you watch that's not a typical sport that you usually watch that you found to enjoy after watching it?
Water polo.
Water
that
polo?
was interesting.
Yeah, water polo is good. I've actually watched water polo before at the Olympics. So water polo is
Oh,
is
shoot.
a very interesting sport.
Hey, are we trying to go to LA in
No.
4 years?
Yeah.
I would go. I'm not gonna lie. If we actually plan for it, I would go.
Better start saving now.
It's gonna be
I
expensive.
would go to a random event. Something random. Surfing.
Well, the surf is in New Zealand. It's not even in LA. I think it's in New Zealand. Like,
Well, no, this year was in New Zealand because they don't have beaches in Paris.
yeah.
But LA might have places where they could do surfing.
Yeah,
That'd be so
probably
fun.
there. Or Hawaii.
Probably in
Yeah,
San
or
Diego.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Probably Hawaii to be honest. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, the Olympic athletes. I guess we just talk about Lyles then.
All right, so I don't know really. Y'all are gonna have to carry this.
Ugh, I don't know how we start with this. I guess Noah Lyles. Everybody knows the background on Noah Lyles. World champions of what?
And if you don't,
basically what Noah Lyles said about a year ago. I think it was really about a year ago around this time after the NBA championship.
after the Nuggets won the championship,
After the Nuggets won the championship.
Noah Lyles had a problem with the NBA gear saying world champions after it's just a league championship. He went on to say world champions of what? And
United States.
And a lot of players did not like that for obvious reasons. I think everybody would assume that the NBA is the best league in the world. But his point was, you don't know until you do it. And there's never going to be a way to figure that out. But people didn't like that. And then fast forward to now, what did he say? I know he said something about Tyreek Hill. I know he also said something about Anthony Edwards that might not really be sports related.
He said he claimed that statement to be false, but I think that was his PR team telling him to control himself. Yeah, he's capping. But basically, I think it was Nike or Jordan invited
Adidas.
Adidas had invited Noah Lyles to come to an event that was going to kind of showcase Ant get one of his signature shoe deals, and other athletes going to be there too. But he had an issue with it. He's like, "Cause he won a shoe deal," and he brought up Ant as an example. And he was he basically comparing him and Ant and said that he deserved a shoe deal more than Ant. And that's what the report was that he said, like that he said to somebody else. And Noah Lyles came out and said, that's not the case. I did not say that at all. Anthony Edwards is obviously a great athlete. Honestly, I haven't heard anything from Anthony Edwards about it yet, unless y'all have. But then 2 weeks later, him and Tyreek Hill started to get it. So I think Tyreek Hill started it, honestly. I think he was talking about Noah Lyles. He said that he could beat him in a 100 meter. And then Noah Lyles was trying to disregard him. He's like, yeah, what's the football player, the cheetah guy, what's his name, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah. And basically just said, if he's really about it, he would actually want to do it. And then Tyreek Hill responded to him and said, Sign a paper, bro. Sign a contract and let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Tyreek Hill has nothing to lose.
He doesn't.
And Noah Lyles is everything to lose in that race. So if I was Noah Lyles, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because if Tyreek Hill beats Noah Lyles,
that's it. That's his whole career. That's his career.
Tyreek Hill, all Tyreek Hill has to do is not get like destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, and in racing, you can't really get destroyed, really. If it unless it's like you're like 4 seconds behind.
I mean, you're not going to race nobody that you know that you're going to destroy. You're not going to race nobody that they're both fast.
Yeah.
It's just how much faster is the other person.
No, Lyles obviously is faster, but like it's just how much faster is he than Tyreek?
My thing is a lot of people. I want to talk about this specifically because I feel like I'm on the opposite side of the Noah Lyles hate. Like I feel like outside of the original NBA comments and maybe the Anthony Edwards stuff, everything that he said was in response to what people have said to him because of what he originally said about the NBA. Like, and I feel like all the NBA stars are talking about Noah Lyles now after they won, but they weren't saying anything before he won. So, for example, like Carmelo was saying stuff about Noah Lyles, and I think Dame said something about Noah Lyles, like people that wasn't even on the team, first of all. And then the Tyreek Hill thing. So I feel like Noah Lyles, you know, he's a smart as in not like dumb, but like smart as in he got a smart mouth. So the way he responds seems smart. But I feel like Noah Lyles' comments is all usually just responses to what people say to him. But he gets a bad look because obviously the NBA got more fans and people know the NBA players more than him. So they gonna stick with the NBA side or that the NBA / Tyreek Hill side of it.
That'd be
bro's a hater. bro's a hater. Like it is what it is. Bro's a hater. You can be very PC like he wanted to be at the beginning, but like the first one was like, okay, yeah, but I mean you're right, but like you didn't have to say it. And then on top of that, the Tyreek thing, the Tyreek Hill one is like you're lying. You don't know Tyreek Hill is, you're lying. Like I understand you could not. How do you know his nickname but not know his name? Like
yeah, but Tyreek Hill. But again, Tyreek Hill is the one who started it. So like he not gonna be like it's fine if he had started it. I think it'd have been different. But Tyreek Hill said something to him like I can beat you in a race. So then of course now Lyles gonna come back and say something back to him.
But to say I don't know who that is. You didn't have to say that.
Not.
You didn't have to say that.
But Tyreek Hill also didn't have to say he would beat Noah Lyles in a race.
But that wasn't disrespectful. To say that you don't know who it is throwing.
That's disrespect.
That's
throwing. I feel like saying somebody that's in their prime, in their sport, in a sport that you don't play, and saying you can beat them after they just showed that they are the fastest person in the world is disrespectful.
Not if you're known for being the fastest person in your league, though. Like you're known for speed. And you can say, I think I can beat them. That's just athlete to athlete jock talk. Once you start saying,
but one athlete is literally that sport.
But do you not think
football, he just had the speed.
Do you not think that Tyreek Hill actually thinks that he can beat him?
You say it again?
Do you think that Tyreek Hill thinks that he can beat him?
Probably. He probably does think he can beat him.
So why not say it?
Because why would you say it? Like there's no point in
because he wants to go against the fastest person to showcase his speed. I don't think that's disrespect. I think that's more like. But I want to see how fast I am compared to this man.
If I'm Trae Young, I think I could beat LeBron James. I think I could beat LeBron James. Am I going to say I could beat LeBron in basketball?
But that's not disrespectful if he says that though. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not disrespectful. He met the I guess if you want to call it a challenge with like shade. Like you didn't have to do that. You could just be like, all right, let's lace them up. Because if you know that you're the fastest in the world and somebody says, I think I can beat you, like, okay, then come show me that. Like it could have just been that. But then, like you said, he takes the I don't want to call it the S word like we usually say it now, but like the smart aleck approach to it, like who is this? Who is this cheetah guy? I don't even know who this is. It's like, bro, like you already have a bad taste in people's mouths already
by the way that you talk about other pro athletes. Like you're putting that monkey on your back though.
But I think outside of that first comment, he didn't say anything else to anybody, like at all until he started responding to people this year when the Olympics came. Like Tobias said, he mentioned that first comment with Denver a year ago, and he hadn't said anything since until people started coming back at him about and hating on him. Really is hoping he would lose. Americans was hoping he would lose the race.
I ain't gonna lie. I was pulling against him. I really was hoping he'd lose that race. I really was. And I still, this is me conspiracy, me theory. I don't. I mean, he may have been sick, but I think he competed. I think he's using COVID as an excuse. I really do.
I mean, he got second in the or bronze in the 200.
He got
and think about.
He got gold in the 100. He got gold.
He got bronze and he got a gold.
And think about how much of him opening his mouth affected that, because like if he didn't say a word this entire time, and like even during the Olympics, he didn't say anything. If he actually had COVID and then he got bronze while doing COVID, the story would have been totally different. And it'd been like, no, Lyles had COVID.
Look at this feat that he did. But
yeah,
exactly. I just feel like he's bringing on.
But if he didn't say what he said, he wouldn't have got any story at all. He's famous for what he said.
He probably got a story. I think he would have got a story if it would have been a known story that he just had COVID and he still won bronze when he's supposed to be the fastest man in the world. I think it was like, wow, he just overcame COVID. It wouldn't be as big of a story, though. I agree.
Noah Lyles got all his clout from that statement. Yeah, nobody knew who Noah Lyles was.
But do you not think his energy, like, forget what he said, do you not think his energy is somewhat riding off of being somebody who
a hater
gives off hater, even if he's not trying to hate, and that's just who he is, and that's how his confidence shows, riding off of that. And like, I don't know who these people are. Like, they're really nothing to me. I want to be in the world.
To bit off what Jalen said, this whole time talking about Noah Lyles, we didn't start out by saying he's the fastest man in the world. We started out by saying he's a hater. Like he's not known for being the fastest man in the world. He's known for
that's my point. Because his comments, he wouldn't have none of this would have we wouldn't know who his name was outside of 2 weeks before the Olympics started. If it wasn't for his comments.
That's true.
Because it's not like he raced in the Olympics, the last one, and won. But nobody talks about that one until he mentioned the NBA.
Yeah.
He already had a gold medal.
He had to say nothing. But
I think it's just the NBA fans got in their feelings more than the players did.
And I guess if we want to touch on the Anthony Edwards thing, I feel like I want to find his actual quote about his PC quote. But I think the Anthony Edwards thing was like, I don't think you can twist it any other way, but that's hate. Basically, just to give a little background, Anthony Edwards has his signature shoe out, the AE1, and Adidas is putting all of their money behind Anthony Edwards. He is a media darling, of course. He has all the charisma. He has the game to go with it, and XYZ. And they're doing their promo run for him on the back of him winning a gold medal. And of course, you know how these brand shindigs go. They all want to invite all of the players or athletes that are signed. And the fake quote was, I don't have the fake quote because it's clearly fake, but something along the lines of, I'm not about to go with somebody who is not about to go to an event for somebody who hasn't even made the finals. And then he ended up getting backlash for that. Anthony Edwards called him a wannabe fake Usain Bolt. A fake Usain Bolt. A lot of people had other stuff to say about it.
That's funny.
And then I did want to point out his actual quote, because I feel like there's some shade in there too. I want to find it. I want to read it word for word. I'm probably not gonna be able to pull it up. I should have pulled it up earlier. But he said something on the back end that was like, and congrats on getting your gold medal. I just feel like I just feel like his energy is bad.
I mean,
Even if he felt like that, and whoever he told it to took it out of proportion and try to make a story out of it. I think for somebody who wants to be someone who's marketed behind, this ain't the way to do it.
I think it is though.
I think it can work, but
he's like
to not be liked. People have to like you. Like you have to be somewhat liked by somebody.
I don't think so though. Good all publicity is good publicity. And when you, like I was talking about earlier, when your sport is only recognized every 4 years, anything that you can get within those next 3 years is better than anything. Because he can win 13 races the next 3 years. Ain't nobody gonna think about no Lyles unless he mentions some hate to the NBA or to the NFL or somebody. And all that. And then that's gonna be more people watching his Olympic races when they come up, and that's gonna be more money for him. So I think it's a good thing for him.
I would agree that all publicity is somewhat good publicity, but when you're trying to sell something to somebody, you have to be able to market behind somebody wanting to buy something. And if all you do is make people mad, it's gonna be hard to be like, okay, can y'all buy this? And they're like, nah, bro's a hater. If you flip it to the other side where it's like some Steph Curry, everybody likes Steph. So it's easy, it's easy for somebody to go buy something.
It's not he's not really trying to sell anything. I think he's just trying to keep
the point of his fake quote was, I deserve a shoe. I'm the Olympian. I'm the fastest in the world. That was the basis of what all of the Anthony Edwards stuff was about. Which I agree. I mean, if you're the fastest man in the world and you're signed to Adidas should definitely put you in a shoe. I definitely agree. And I think he could get off on being the bad guy, but like hating on your fellow brand mate is kind of crazy. If that's what really happened.
To have a hero, you gotta have a villain. Somebody gotta be the villain.
Speaking of villains, it would seem as if everyone's favorite Tua has made some comments about his former head coach, calling him a terrible person, basically for just saying that he wasn't good and shouldn't be doing what he's doing. What are our thoughts here?
I'm gonna let y'all go before because I feel like I have an unpopular opinion.
To me, that sounds spoiled. Sorry, that coach was doing what he was supposed to do. If you're not good, you don't need to. So I'm not saying Tua is not good. He's good. But he and that coach obviously did not have coaching styles and learning styles, whatever, that could benefit from each other. So yeah, Tua wasn't great at one point.
I'm with you.
You sound spoiled, saying, oh, he's a terrible person. He told me I'm not good. Okay. He's good, but he found a coach that hyped him up. Apparently that's what he needed, to be hyped up, which is good. Fine. I like words of affirmation too, but he found a coach that was better fit to coach him, and he's doing well. I don't think that makes that coach a terrible person. I just think that y'all didn't mesh well together and you sound spoiled.
Word for word. Exactly what I was about to say, Jamie. Like, I don't think Brian Flores is a terrible person. I mean, think about who he is. He's a defensive-minded coach. If you guys know defensive coordinators, they're not all, it's okay, bub, you made a mistake. Like, heck no, they are on you. Like, what the heck was that? Get out the game. Get out the game. Like, you're doing it wrong. Like, defense is about discipline, dude. So he's a defensive-minded coach right there. So, of course, he's going to be a little bit tougher on his quarterback. If his quarterback misses a throw, like, dude, that sucked. What are you doing right now? Like, do I need to bring somebody else? And he's going to be tougher with him. McDaniels is an offensive-minded coach. He's going to be all, oh, it's okay, bub. You're doing great. This is your destiny. This is your destiny, Tua. I believe in you. And there's nothing wrong with either of them, but it's just different coaches.
I believe that I mean, what y'all are saying is true, but I think it's both sides are wrong. I feel like any relationship, whether it's player coach or wife, husband, any friend, any type of relationship has some type of compromise. And I feel like as a player, from Tua's side where Tua was wrong, you got to understand that sometimes you got to change how you take stuff. You can't take stuff to heart. If he's being hard on you, and you especially in a combat sport like football, you gotta take that to the head. But then also from Brian Flores' side, I feel like as a coach, you gotta learn your players and know what each player can take and what he can't take. And if you figuring out that Tua is not the person that takes hard criticism well, then you gotta alter the way you coach a little bit. So I feel like both sides should have compromised a little bit to make it work.
But
Have y'all
he was
But-
hurting his feelings.
Say
You
what,
know?
Jamie?
I'm saying, did Tua ever like come to him and say, "Hey, look, I'm willing to work with you, have you be my coach, but I need a different style of feedback."
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, yeah, if Tua, I mean, everything's about communication. If Tua never said anything, that's not Tua's fault. I mean, that's not Coach Flores' fault.
Have y'all ever had a boss that y'all couldn't work for? Like
cause
a boss that y'all couldn't work for, and you don't think that they were a good leader?
Yeah. I can name a whole
I never
bunch,
quit a
but I'm
job
not going
because
to
of
right
it, but
now.
yeah,
I just think
Say names. Say names.
No, I can't.
that's crazy.
If you still work with them, raise your hand.
Oh,
Bias, where do you work again?
you're out of here. I guess my point was just to piggyback off Reek was saying, as I can understand the defensive background and the hard nose of the game, but when you're a head coach, you're the one that's supposed to make adjustments for the betterment of your team. I don't think that him giving him tough love is necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is football, and you're a grown man. But I think that I don't think everybody's fit to be a head coach. Everybody can't take the Bill Belichick route, especially if they replaced you and it's shown to like not work. Then I'm gonna put that on Flores because clearly the Dolphins think that Tua is the quarterback for their future. So if you're coming in and telling him that he sucks and he's not taking it well to the point where it's like it's affecting his play or his mental or whatever it is, yeah, in a vacuum, he should grow up. But like, who's more important to your team, your quarterback or your coach? I just think if all this stuff is true, now he was telling him he sucks. If he was telling, I don't believe that he's actually said.
Yeah, I
that
don't think he
sucks.
said that.
Like, if you're
He's
saying, bro, you
paraphrasing.
suck. Now that's crazy. That would just be insane. Like, imagine that. But if he was telling him you need to tighten up on this, you need to tighten up on that, and he's taking you suck out of it, then I think he got to look in the mirror a little bit. And everybody likes McDaniels anyway. He's cool.
But I feel like it's a new
So
age
it's
thing
probably super easy to just like be like, yeah, that guy was a D-bag.
Tua, how old is Tua?
To me, he's young.
Okay.
It's
Is he
very
our
clear
age?
to me that Tua did not have a father who, after your best game ever, your dad's still gonna sit the whole car ride home and tell you everything you did wrong.
Boy,
Hello?
I didn't get into football, but I got in golf.
I would
a
be
lot.
so excited about my game, and my dad would tell me first thing out of his mouth is what I did wrong. Tua, you need to grow up.
Probably. Bro, I sucked at football. I didn't get it in football. I got it in golf though.
You should have been playing that in the first place, my boy.
Hey. Listen, I was an all-star in both sports.
All right. That's a good segue. Let's so college football's coming up. Let's hear everyone's way too early predictions for each of the. Are we doing like Power Five or what are we doing?
I think just those three, honestly.
SEC,
Yeah.
Big 10, Big 12.
No, and ACC, Big 10, and SEC. Oh, ACC, SEC, and Big 10. Yeah.
I forgot. We're not in Big 12 anymore.
Yeah, we're not Big 12. I'm sorry, Big 12.
What is the when does the season start?
Technically the first game is this weekend, but the first like official week is next week.
Thursday is when they really start, next Thursday, but FSU is playing in Ireland. My cousin's there.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a good chant.
NC State and who is WCU? That's
Western Carolina. That's not. They're Division II school. The
That's
big
next
game.
Thursday, no?
That's next Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, the
29th.
29th. Yeah, but there's a
The-
game Saturday.
Yeah, that's a
And
good
that's
one. It's gonna be
the-
Georgia Tech versus Florida State.
Florida State, Georgia Tech.
That
Yeah.
one doesn't
Next-
count though, right?
It does count. It
Oh,
counts. But the first big game of the season is gonna be Georgia versus Clemson. Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
that's
it was.
such
Yeah, I
a
kicked
good
that
one.
off. Yeah,
That's gonna be
Mm.
such a good one.
it is. I
Next.
really hope Clemson pulls it off. I don't know if they can.
I
but
hate both
if
teams.
they do, oh, it make me so happy.
is this the 12 playoff
Yep.
year? They're doing
So
it this year,
12.
right?
So with the 12, that's it's kind of why I asked about the champion thing. Because the top 4 seeds are going to be the highest seeded conference champions, really Power 5. But I think
Wait,
it's
say that
guys. The top 4 seeds are going to be the highest seeded conference champions. So and with the Power 5 getting the priority. So like if let's say if it really sucks though. Well, yeah. I don't know. I
Well,
got to pull up the
continue
details.
explaining it. Don't put your own opinion on it.
But
Why
the
don't we
top,
look it up?
yeah, look it up. But the top 4, like the four seeds get a bye, and those are the conference champions. I think it's Power 5. I could be wrong. But
The top 4, it got to be 4 if it.
I would assume it's the top
no, it's top 4.
is the top 4 in ranking or the top 4
No,
that
it's the top
won their conference.
the top 4 that won their conference. So like, let's say if
Yeah, I mean that makes sense though.
you could be number 2 if you do win your conference, and let's say Georgia is number 5 and they win the conference, they'll get a bye before
The
you.
conference winners get a first round bye.
Exactly, yeah. So it doesn't matter. It's the first round bye doesn't go off your seeding; it goes off of your seeding and if you win a conference championship. So, and see, it's really complicated this year, and it'd be really cool to see the turnout. But my take on it though is like with the conference championships, like now I don't even know if heck, do you even want to win a championship at this point? Because it kind of reminds me of how like the NFL is. You know how like the last week how they sit out a lot of people and stuff for it.
I can see why you say that,
Yeah.
but I mean, if winning that game is going to like if you're the number 3 seed
Exactly.
and you end up making the conference championship, it would
You don't want to play.
it wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense for you to pull your starters because it could maybe boost your ranking up once you get into the brackets.
You don't want to play. Like I wouldn't want to play it, but you
But
can't.
I mean, you can say that as a first, as
Yeah.
like say you're Michigan and you went 15-0,
Yeah,
or not 15-0 or whatever, or 12-0.
12-0.
And you're like, we're gonna make the playoffs anyway.
Yeah,
Might as well, it might not. I think I would agree with you that it wouldn't be as important to win your conference championship if you know that you have a better shot of resting and doing better in the playoffs. I could see some teams taking that approach.
I mean, you could honestly. I mean, this is very petty and dumb. I don't see it happening. But like, if you really wanted to, if you do go 12-0, and you know you got to play in the conference championship, if you want to play your starters, heck, you could just say, all right, we're not playing. We're playing all bench warmers, seniors who never got a chance to play. You're going to play this week, and you take an L that one, you still make playoffs, and you're going to be like you're 12-0. You're going to be the fifth.
Like that's what
seed.
I'm saying. Like
Be the
if
highest
you won
seed.
your conference and you just said, "Screw this, I want to win the national championship." Like,
Yeah.
but
You
I
could
don't
take
know.
your bye then, yeah.
I think there's more pride in college sports than other professional sports. Like,
Absolutely.
especially those seniors.
Well,
Like,
I feel like for the fans, yeah, like the students, but them, because usually the ones that are most of the players, especially the top players that are on the top teams, are going to go to the NFL anyway. So, what am I trying to say? So I feel like they don't really care too much. They're already thinking about the draft.
Yeah.
They don't care about the conference championship. They just want the national one. But
Oh yeah, they're going to say I could see something like that. Them wanting to sit out the conference
I see
championship.
a lot of number 1 seeds sitting out.
There's not going to.
So they start dropping in the rankings for real.
It's going to be I think either this year, or next year, will be the last year to do conference championships because like it doesn't make any sense. Like
They shouldn't.
But
Yeah,
they have that. I don't
think
know.
they should.
I think you have to.
I feel
I
like
think you have to because there's going to be teams that don't make the playoffs and they're going to be like, "What are we playing for?"
I feel like it should just be soccer, where there's no real championship. It's just whoever is the best team at the end of the year.
you get it. Yeah, you get it. Who has the
Win.
best record? If you split it, you split it. Whatever. But I don't think there should be a game. Like, let's just cut, and then it's just unnecessary week.
I see what y'all are saying, but I don't think there's any way the NCAA does that.
And they want that
Because they still have to sell these games.
Yeah, they want that.
I mean, that's they added all the playoff games. I think that's going to overtake that anyway with the money. Like, how many weeks is the playoffs now? Is it
4?
3?
But like, I like, it makes sense what y'all are saying, but like, that's like completely erasing a football tradition in college. Like, that's getting that completely out of here. When like, it used to be like the Orange Bowl was something that people really strive to go play in. I think I don't know. I see both sides of it.
Is so with the 4 weeks of playoffs, do they have less games than the regular season?
No, they still have the same amount. It's just there was like traditionally the season usually ended around December 6th through December 12th. Now they still ended around that same time, but in the past, like December 6th through January 1st, literally teams who were playing in the playoffs, they had that whole month prepared. So now they're just taking up that whole month is just playoff games.
Okay.
So the season I think the season got a little bit longer. I think like the final championship game is like January 13th instead of what is it, Jamie? You know what it is, Jamie? It's like January like 13th or 18th instead of January 10th.
I think that's better for college football anyway, because by the time you get to the national championship and it's the final 2 teams and you're just waiting, by the time you get to the actual game, I feel like only the real, like, I mean, obviously college football fans are going to watch it, but only the fans of those 2 teams are going to still care. After a month of no football and only the 2 teams you don't even care about are playing the national championship, it's especially during that time, the NFL is ramping up the playoffs.
I'm curious about the even I know we talk about not talking about this. This is only a little side bit, just because I'm comparing it. But like, even the game, it talks about wear and tear. I'm curious how wear and tear is gonna like be on these players right now. Like these guys, some of these guys, about Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow had to play 4 extra games, and he's already beat up in December.
Oh,
they
well.
don't get that. They don't get that. They don't get that month to restore. Prepare.
Oh well.
Those players they got that.
Man,
month,
it costs to be a boss, man.
Oh well, man. They're gonna.
I mean, if I know, regardless of if I lose or win these playoffs, I am going to be a #1 overall pick.
Then you yourself needs to not play that.
Exactly.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Though. That's my whole point right there. Is like, are these guys?
I mean, I'm sure somebody will come along that's like a super phenom, and they're like, I'm not playing none of these games.
Yeah.
Like the GOAT of college. Like if it was Tim Tebow, he's like, I'm not playing this.
Tim Tebow will play.
I think that's just a personality thing. But I'm saying like that's
Johnny Football.
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel. I don't know.
He'd be like, nah, I ain't playing that.
He go just to party. I don't know if he actually plays.
And in the NIL era, oh yeah, Johnny Manziel definitely wasn't playing no college game.
If y'all thought Jenny Manziel was he was getting paid back then too. So it really didn't.
Under the table.
Yeah,
under the table. Imagine if he was signing deals. Oh my God.
He probably wouldn't have made it to the NFL. Like at all. Because he probably would have felt like he got too much money at that party when if he had real money too. Like real legal money.
Yeah, bro's out here cooking.
Listen, and I was like, and I was looking on TikTok and I saw a couple of his past, like the Shannon Sharp, interview and stuff. And then like on the same feed, I was like looking at his highlights and stuff. And man, Johnny Manziel was
he was one of them, bro.
Yeah, like I forgot how good he actually was.
I bet he was so cool to be like.
He was playing high and drunk too.
Yeah, like a hangover. Like, bro, you're so cool. Like, God, I bet being his friend was lit. Like, I bet if you were his roommate, y'all would turn, bro. Oh man.
But
so I guess predictions real quick.
Yeah, I guess we can. If we y'all got them, no.
Not really, but
Jamie, you want to do predictions? I can
muster them up.
We can.
You muted, Jamie.
We could actually table it till next week, though.
Yeah, I didn't know if we should wait for Mainline because
we should. I think
the only thing that's happening is FSU Georgia Tech, so we could talk about that and then do our predictions.
I just want to make sure we have a week for college football and a week for NFL.
Yeah,
we do, right?
NFL starts at the following week after that one. So like next What Now fans, what we can do next Tuesday, we'll talk about college football, actually kick it off, and then the next Tuesday following that, we'll kick off NFL.
All right, perfect.
Bull with me. Bull with them.
So tune in to hear our final locked in predictions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dang, that was. I feel like this was a quick podcast so far. Was that was our last topic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's about an hour. You ain't done it in a while.
Yeah, dang.
Timing is off.
Time fly by when you having fun, man.
So much fun. So much.
All right, well, I guess it is time for the scripture of the day. As always, we are coming from Psalm 16, verse 8. And David said, I have set the Lord continually before me. Because he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. There you go. So continue to set your eyes upon the Lord. Continue to trust on him. Don't be shaken. All right, people. Well, it was a wonderful. We are happy to be back. We know it's been a long time. We had too many people asking us where's the podcast? Where's it coming out? It's here finally. So we're back here again, launching next Wednesday, 9 a.m. sharp. Make sure you turn your alerts on. Tell your auntie, tell your uncle.
Season 5, we back.
Season 5, we back. Dang, season 5. Wow. Ooh, we've been at this for a while. Turn up the likes, man. Subscribe. We need more subscribers. We need more likes. We need more
A lot of
follows
content on the way,
IG.
man. Y'all gonna see us. Y'all gonna get tired of us. We don't even care. We don't care no more.
We don't. So, all right, people. Until next week, we'll see y'all. Peace.